We often hear that saving nature is one of the greatest challenges of the 21st century. Yet, despite decades of conservation efforts, biodiversity loss is not slowing down, it is accelerating. Scientists now warn that we are living through a human-driven extinction event, the Anthropocene extinction. Our conservation efforts focus heavily on a few charismatic animals: tigers, lions, elephants. But while we celebrate their survival, thousands of lesser-known species are quietly disappearing. And this is the real danger. Because when these invisible species vanish, entire ecosystems begin to collapse, and eventually, even the iconic species cannot survive. Earth has experienced 5 mass extinctions in its long geological history. The sixth is different. For the first time, a single species is responsible: Homo sapiens. Climate change, pollution, habitat destruction, overexploitation, and invasive species are pushing life on Earth beyond its limits. Since the year 1500, at least 680 vertebrate species have gone extinct, a rate far higher than natural background levels. This is not a distant future scenario. It is happening now. The scale of this crisis becomes clear in the Living Planet Report 2024, published by WWF and the Zoological Society of London. Between 1970 and 2020, global wildlife populations declined by an average of 73%. Terrestrial species fell by 69%. Marine species by 56%. But freshwater ecosystems suffered the most, an astonishing 85% decline. These are not just statistics. They are early warning signals of ecosystem breakdown, threatening food security, water systems, climate stability, and human livelihoods. One reason this crisis remains invisible is ecological complexity. Species are connected through intricate food webs. The loss of one species can trigger cascading failures across an ecosystem. But these interactions are far less understood than climate systems. Another major problem is taxonomic bias in conservation. Funding and attention overwhelmingly focus on large, visually appealing animals. A 2024 study published in Nature Conservation found that charismatic species do not actually raise more conservation funding. Yet insects, amphibians, reptiles, fish, and plants, often far more threatened, remain largely ignored. India represents a striking paradox. With just 2.4% of the world's land area, it hosts nearly 8% of global plant species and 7.5% of animal species. India is also home to high levels of endemism, species found nowhere else on Earth. In 2024, India launched the National Red List Assessment Initiative to meet its commitments under the Convention on Biological Diversity and the Kunming-Montreal Global Biodiversity Framework. But protection on paper does not always translate into protection on the ground. There is no denying the success of flagship species conservation. Project Tiger helped populations recover across Madhya Pradesh, Uttarakhand, and Maharashtra. Under Project Lion, Asiatic lions increased from 674 in 2020 to 891 in 2025, leading to an IUCN status upgrade from endangered to vulnerable. But these success stories hide a troubling reality. While tigers and lions recover, many ecologically essential species continue to decline unnoticed. In India, the collapse of lesser-known species is already underway. White-rumped vultures have declined by 67%. Indian vultures by 48%. Slender-billed vultures by an alarming 89%. Native bee populations in parts of Odisha have dropped by 80% since 2002. These species provide irreplaceable services: pollination, pest control, nutrient cycling, and waste disposal. Without them, ecosystems cannot function. Habitat fragmentation is now outpacing conservation. A striking example is the western hoolock gibbon, India's only ape, found isolated on a single tree after surrounding forests were cleared. The animal was rescued, but the incident exposed how quickly landscapes are changing. Institutional failures also undermine conservation. In one case, the Central Zoo Authority mistakenly launched a breeding program for the wrong musk deer species, confusing the alpine musk deer with the Himalayan musk deer. Such errors reflect weak scientific capacity and erode public trust. This biodiversity crisis demands a fundamental rethink of conservation. Protecting nature is not about saving a few beautiful animals. It is about preserving ecosystem integrity, including the smallest and least visible species. Lose the invisible threads of the web of life, and the entire system unravels. The web of life is fraying, and its weakest threads matter the most.